What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games B.S. live on remote from San Antonio, Texas. Yeah, I ain't really got much other than that. The travel's been pretty good. Gonna go out and see the city here in a little bit. I'm literally right across from where the Final Four will be played at. That's where I'm staying at. I will be about to walk over there. I've been traveling since Monday, and I'll be back. Hopefully something shakes out. I'll be back Tuesday. At worst, I'll be back Wednesday. Got a lot of other different things going on. My baby boy has his football banquet tonight. Hopefully he gets some awards. My oldest son, though, he's got a banquet on Tuesday, and he's got a big award coming his way. Hopefully the first of many. But before we get started and talk about what's going on in sports today, we're gonna do what we always do. We're gonna start our day off with a little bit of prayer. So let's go ahead and get that thing jumping.
You already know what time it is, dog. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God, for another day. Thank you, God. God is great all the time. All the time. Nobody wanna thank you, God. Thank you, God.
Yeah, man. A lot of stuff to be able to get into today. Before Jalen said, just got an email from the Final Four. So kind of wish I was at the women's Final Four, but whatever. But here's today's events. They have Reese's Final Four Friday. Get up with the teams and players and soak in the atmosphere. This is a free public event that features open team practices for the Final Four teams. It showcases the Reese's All-Star Game. That starts at 10. There's a fan fest from noon to 6. The fan fest was crazy. I heard that some of the players talking about it from Auburn. Hey, you think you know tall people till a tall person rolls up on you, man. Like that shit's uncomfortable, dog. They've got the block party. Jaden, do you know who Raven Lene is?
Yeah, I listen to Raven, the musical artist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got a couple of her songs in my playlist.
Oh, okay. Well, she's gonna be doing. She's one of the people doing performing. Pitbull is performing because nothing screams young people more than Pitbull. He was hot 20 years ago when I was young. And Doechii.
Oh, dang.
She's here, and they'll be performing the block party this Friday, April 4th. The song is Alligator Bites Never Heals. Okay. I don't really know. I don't know what that's about, but those are the things that are going on today outside of but it's gonna be raining, so it's supposed to be outside, so that kind of sucks for them. But I was looking for my media. Oh, the practices start at 10. Florida's live practices from 11. But what sucks is when they're practicing, the other team is doing interviews. So that kind of I really want to get some of these interviews. I kind of want to meet Master P's son and roll up on him. Be like, hey man, your dad dissed me, dog. But Doechii's at 7 p.m. Ravens at 5:15. Pitbull is closing it down. Yeah, so that's what we got going today. But what we got going on the show is the better question.
All right, so you can hear me okay, James?
Yep.
All right, cool. So All right, April 4th, Friday, Big Games BS. Bring the good, the bad, and the BS in sports. You know, we got to start up with FSU. Got a couple videos from some practices of Tony White and Gus. And then we got a free football camp to promote. Got some basketball transfer news on the men's side, and then a softball score recap against the Gators. Transitioning to the Tulane quarterback arrest situation, Grambling State head coach wanting transfer portal compensation, Sacramento State applying for a switch from FCS to FBS, and Shador's draft odds. We're gonna go to the NFL next with some hard knocks, rule changes. Lions got some number changes, and we're gonna get into some player news as well. AB has made the news again, sadly. Talk about some money moves right quick. So Trey McBride is our money move segment of the day. We're gonna get into his contract. Then we're gonna finish off the show with our big games BS segment. Talk about a variety of topics. Last Friday, Ice Cube getting that deal with Warner Brothers to finish off the Friday series. Carmelo Anthony becoming a first ballot Hall of Famer, and the Austin Metcalf situation, and a couple other more things as well. But first things first, gonna share this with you all. James, this is a Coach Gus video right here. Coach Gus Malzahn, our new offensive coordinator. So it's around a minute long. So we're gonna press play and let us know what you guys think in the chat.
Boom, boom, there it is. Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it. That's what it's supposed to look like. Good job, quarterback. That is good. That's really good. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, down. That's how you knock them backwards. That's right. Oh. Woo. Woo. Hit somebody like that. See what happens.
It's a choice to get my eyes where they need to be. It's a choice to get in the proper stance. It's a choice to chase the ball. It's a choice. It's a choice to be successful. And the great thing about this game is you get to choose. You get to choose what you're willing to give for what you ultimately want.
Florida State's The Climb is streaming on Seminoles YouTube, Seminoles.com.
Wake me up when the season starts, man. Toby and them going over on Tuesday. I haven't been over yet. I've been traveling. I'm trying to get over there, man. But can I be honest with y'all? I don't know. Like, a lot of people are banged up, a lot of stuff. I don't know how excited I am for just going over there. I just want to, I don't want to see the pregnancy. I want to hear about the pregnancy. Just show me the damn baby. That's all I'm about right now. Show me the baby. That's what I want to see.
Content.
Can you hear me?
I was saying, you think it's going to be good content?
The climb?
Yeah.
It's the same thing every year. It's done very well. It's recorded well. You can clearly see the camera that they're using. The one thing not that I don't like, certain camera lenses or screens are put you in a certain mood. Like, I know I'm going to watch a documentary on that, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, they're not showing this like it's a Jurassic
It's not
Park.
Hard Knocks.
Yeah, they're gonna talk about the good stuff with the kids. They're gonna talk about some of the storylines behind everything. They're gonna show you some of the things, but I want to see the good, bad, and ugly.
Right.
And I want to see if they're really out there banging, like what they about. And that's really what I'm into or interested in. And I think, that's to be seen. They're not going to put too much out there into the universe. That's why they close practices. But at this juncture, I want to know, I have concerns because we went 2-10. Right. I have concerns because this is a new team as well, with a lot of new moving parts, with the same kind of concept of why we went 2-10, except for you added new coaches. I want to see what these guys coach like, because some of these guys I've never seen coach in action. But at the same breath, I'm looking at a lot of the things that they're doing in recruiting, and it gives me a little bit of pause, because a lot of the same things are happening. Now, I have the philosophy that if you're successful, you won't hear my mouth. I will be the first one to cheer you. Like, it doesn't have to be done the manner in which I believe it needs to be done. It just needs to be successful. But if it's not successful and you could have got help and you could have done things a different way, that's when I start getting vocal. Yeah. And to quote Mike Norvell, how you do anything is how you do everything. And that's really where I'm kind of just like, okay, you know, that I'm kind of intrigued, but I'm just not like motivated to get in the car and drive 2.5 hours to just come see something. You know, I mean, I'd rather go spend that time with my mama and my grandma.
Yeah.
We got this other video as well from FSU football practice. This one focuses on the defense coordinator, Mr. White. So it's a little shorter video, but let us know what you think about this video too, James. It's going to be the same type of video, but this is more focused on our defensive coordinator.
Start on top of the numbers a little bit. Back up, top of the numbers. Good, right there. Now do it. Here you go. Nice and easy, not high impact. Get your feet timing right. That's right. Oh! Woo! Woo! Hit somebody like that, see what happens. Hit somebody like that, see what happens. Yeah! Yeah, down! That's how you knock them backwards. Good. See him, and if he's looking that way, bam, peek, and you'll see the route. You're like, oh, I see what he's going to, and then you go get it. Okay? Start on top.
He's vocal. He's coaching. So, man, that's good. Like, I want to see the energy. I like it. I was a big fan of the last D coordinator. This guy definitely got that D coordinator voice. So I'm hoping again, optimistic, just not out here just finna just talk about wild shit until I see it. But at the same time, I'm not overly pressed.
So we got a free football youth camp presented by Florida State's new quarterback transfer, Thomas Castellanos. It's going to be in Waycross, Georgia. Stay tuned for the venue location. This is going to be May 3rd, which is a Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., ages 6 to 14 years old. James, I know you posted this on your Twitter saying how much you love free camps. Just give your thoughts on Thomas Castellanos doing this for the city, for the surrounding cities in Waycross. How far is Waycross from Tallahassee?
Waycross is probably a couple hours.
Okay, gotcha.
Waycross is over on this side, I think.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, but huge shout out to Thomas for putting on the football camp and a free football camp for the kids. Definitely, if you're in those areas, make sure to pop out and support.
I'm gonna tell you something I don't like, but I'm sure they'll get that part figured out. Like, man, at this juncture, bro, you got to know before you put the flyer out. You got to know where the camp gonna be at, man. You know, go on, don't half-ass it. You know, just go on, put the venue out. Like, if your high school not gonna let you do it, then your high school is is wilding for that. But and also, you know, I would probably have it a little closer to June, but good for him doing that. My in Tallahassee, shit, excuse me. What's the little bro real name? Rodney. Shit, what's Rodney? We used to call him little bro. He went to Alabama. Played for the national championship. Played for the Browns. Played for the Jags for a second as well. Rodney Harrison. Make sure I'm saying that right. But anyways, he's having one in June at Florida High. Me, Cromartie, and Pat Watkins supposed to be having one too. It's going to be some good stuff for your kids to be able to do. Rodney Harrison, not Rodney. June 7th. I like free football camps, man. Free football camps is right where what if you're gonna do it for free. Don't charge these youngins. Like we went to free camps as well as paid ones, but let that free camp be the thing that motivates these kids.
No, for sure. Yeah, definitely keep the camp free. Get you as much kids as possible who can get the opportunity to learn, grow their game, and just become a better player. Speaking of players, a lot of NBA players have wanted to go back to their school and become an assistant GM of their basketball program, and FSU has added one to the list. So Terrence Mann has officially became the assistant general manager for Florida State men's basketball. He's currently on the Atlanta Hawks. He was his last team was the Los Angeles Clippers, but now he's currently playing in Atlanta. James, what do you think about us, FSU, getting that NBA player as the assistant general manager, and we're following the trends of what other NBA players do? Do you think this is a good sign for FSU basketball?
I mean, I think it's following the trend. I mean, it's highlighting the fact that you have players in the NBA, which is something why you would go to a college. You want to go. The goal of to the college at this point is to get to where you want to be at, which is the pros. Terrence Mann has been in the league for a minute. Also, if he's doing it like everybody else, he's bringing some money behind him, so which will help with the NIL. So hopefully they'll be able to make some things happen.
For sure, for sure. Staying in the basketball world, we got some transfer news coming in on the men's side. So we landed Clemson transfer Chauncey Wiggins, 6'10" wing/forward who averaged 8.3 points per game. 8.3 points per game, career 36.5% shooter from the three, and he was one of the first major transfers in this new coaching era. Speaking of transfers, we got a JU transfer, so huge shout out to Robert McCray from Jacksonville. So we got 4 transfers now, recently played for JU. Just read off his measurables. 6'4", 186 from Columbia, South Carolina. So loving the transfers we're getting in this new era of coaching. So huge shout out, and I hope we continue to eat from that transfer portal. Next, we got some softball news. Yes, our softball team beat the number 2 ranked Gators 4-0. A shutout victory for the Seminoles. Man, these ladies have been balling all year, and I'm just so super excited to cover this team and just keep doing what y'all doing, ladies, and keep getting these rivalry wins for sure. Next was a weird subject, I would say, to hit the internet, but Tulane quarterback TJ Finley had been arrested for allegedly stealing a car. So I'm going to read this news article right here. Quote, Tulane quarterback and former Ponchatoula High School star Tyler Finley faces charges connected to an alleged stolen car. He was booked for illegally possessing a stolen item worth more than $25,000. According to court documents, he told authorities he had just bought the car from Atlanta. He had since been released from jail, unquote, and Tulane has suspended him. This is the coach's response to the news of the quarterback getting arrested.
Legally, I can't. I'm not in a position to be able to dive into it. When things happen off the field, it's unfortunate, and I'll let the statement stay for what it is. But when guys make mistakes, then they have to have accountability.
But I recently was researching this topic to see what really happened, the inside scoop, and I found some information. So this is a statement by David Corsell and Scott Stansberry, attorneys for the quarterback, TJ Finley. Quote, TJ Finley was a victim of a Facebook marketplace scam. He purchased a used pickup truck from an individual who presented himself as John Spillway, representing Mountain Adventures LLC. Spillway presented TJ with a bill of sale and registration, giving TJ every reason to believe the purchase was legitimate. Within 3 days of the purchase, Tulane police informed TJ that the truck had been reported stolen. TJ looks forward to continuing to cooperate fully with the authorities in hopes of recovering the funds he lost, bringing the criminals to justice and clearing his name and rep. TJ is hopeful that this process will be completed quickly so he can move forward with his academics and athletic career. So, James, what do you think of this Facebook Marketplace mishap that occurred with the Tulane quarterback, and how should he move on from here?
That's what I figured happened. I mean, that kind of unfortunately happens when you buy used cars from an unreputable source. You probably felt like you got a good deal and couldn't turn it down, but that's why I try not to use Facebook Marketplace for stuff. I mean, even though there's like Craigslist, all those different things, like that's what Facebook Marketplace started, but like you can get some good deals. You just got to do more due diligence. I wouldn't make a major purchase like that through that. But just the way it was reading, stolen car, knowing he's got an NIL deal, more than likely, it's hard to believe that he just out here just being Grand Theft Auto. And you know, when I look at it, just much ado about nothing, but it's an ongoing felony investigation. Hopefully the police will, you know, knowing, seeing all this information, how he's cooperating, could switch it to or whoever, the judge can go switch it to a misdemeanor so he can start back to school, start back living his life. Most schools will not let you do anything while you're going through an active felony investigation.
Yeah, I'm hoping TJ can get this sorted out, and like you said, hopefully get get acquitted from that felony charge on his record to proceed with his football and collegiate career. Speaking of collegiate career, this player is transitioning from college to the NFL. Today, Colorado is having their pro day on the NFL Network around 12 or 12:30, if I'm not mistaken. And Shedeur Sanders draft. This is Shedeur Sanders draft odds to go to the New Orleans Saints. The Saints now have the second best odds to draft Shedeur Sanders in the 2025 NFL draft per ESPN bet. So his odds jump from plus 700 to plus 400, meaning if you put $100 down for the plus 700, you would win $700 profit. Same rules apply for the plus 400. And these are the odds for Shedeur where he should get drafted to. I'm going to zoom in for you. The Giants still hold that number one spot on ESPN with the plus 185. And then the New Orleans Saints, like we previously mentioned, coming in at number two. Dallas cracking the top three with plus 500 odds. Then you have the Browns with plus 550 and the Raiders with plus 600. So James, with I know we're going to get into the topics later, but with Geno Smith recently getting that major extension, and the Browns not figuring out their quarterback situation yet, where do you think Shedeur will fall into the draft? Do you think he will stay in that top range, or do you think he's going to fall to a team in a later pick?
Well, if the Giants don't get him, then he's going to fall. He'll fall. So I don't think the Giants are going to get him. I don't think they'll have that many personalities in their quarterback room. But like I'm looking at it, the Patriots got their quarterback, Jags have their quarterback, Raiders just solidified their guy. Jets have their guy, Panthers have their guy. You do have the Saints, Bears have their guy, 49ers have their guy, Dolphins have their guy, Colts have their guy, Falcons have their guy, Cardinals have their guy, Bengals have their guy. So you're in a situation where there's very few teams that actually would need you, but it's not in a draft that's got a little bit more depth. So like, let's look at the Titans, right? Say the Titans take Cam Ward. Let's say they take him off the table. The Browns are going to go for, more than likely, they're going to go for my man from Penn State. Then that does leave the Giants. It's just the draft is just all about who's going to pick who. So it's very interesting. It's going to be very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, if Shedeur gets drafted to the Giants, that will be the first black quarterback ever to be drafted to the New York Giants. Very historic moment if that occurs. But we're going to transition into some HBCU love. Now, Grambling State head coach has been making headlines. Mickey Joseph recently talked about the transfer portal in an interview, and he had an interesting comment about transfer portal compensation. So, James, I'm going to play this video. Let me know what you think, and let us know what you think in the chat, y'all, to see if Mickey Joseph is out of pocket for this comment, or was he speaking the truth?
We understand. We understand. I think the kids understand if they're here and if they're sophomores and they have a big year and a group of five or a power five approach them and they have the finances to pull them out of there and I can't match the finances, then you know what? They're going to go. That's part of it. Coach has been doing it for years. So we shouldn't get mad as coaches when these kids make decisions to take care of their family. Like I said, I'm going to say it again. Coach has been doing it for years. But I also think there need to be a buyout. If they move up for me and go to group of five and power five, I should get kind of a compensation for that, you know? So NCAA, if you're listening to me, I need a buyout.
So, James, what do you think of his proposal of getting that compensation for his players transferring to Power 5 schools?
No. You know what? It's ironic that the black schools are saying this. You know a time in American history when that happened? When you lost your slave, somebody compensated you for it. Like, you're literally making the point that this is like what this is, man. No, here's what you do. Here's what I've told HBCUs this for years now, almost over a decade. You don't belong in the NCAA. There is nothing to start paying athletes. You still have a little bit of time. Nope, they're not doing it yet. Literally, go find benefactors. Go find a LeBron. Go find an Oprah. Go find a Jay-Z. This guy partners with sell the rights to your school. Like the naming rights. They still got to come get the academics. They still got to do all of this other stuff. Let them pay. Treat it like a pro program. The guys will stay. They will stay. A majority of your players will stay. And if they do move on, it'll be like the ABA, NBA. But like, you don't this isn't how it works. Like, you're doing a better job with the facilities. Like, FAMU has really good facilities. Alabama State has. Well, let me rephrase that. Their gyms are nice. Put money in the facilities. Put money into the student athletes. Come up with creative ways to be able to make sure you keep the guys to stay. We're not staying for just fried chicken Wednesdays. Before you jump on me, that really is a thing over at FAMU. Fried chicken is also really, really good. Praying and singing and doing hymns and shit you got to get out there and get active. And the sad part in this is HBCUs went from a why not us to we know they're better than us. Like, you got to figure out what you're saying, because you're literally folding right now.
And we're going to talk about an FCS school to cap off our college segment for today. Sacramento State will be filing an application with the NCAA to transition from FCS to FBS in football. The necessary paperwork for a waiver to be an independent had been filed. ESPN first recently announced plans for a new stadium as well. I know they recently got Mike Bibby as the head basketball coach, James, but this is pertaining to football. So what are your thoughts on Sac State transitioning from that FCS to the FBS title?
This is where my guy is at, the head coach at, right? Sac State.
Let me
the dude from the UNLV OC.
Yep, Brendan Marion.
Oh, damn! I thought they were already FBS.
But no, that looks like now they're making that transition now. So yeah, the Brandon is gonna be with the big dogs in the bowl game. So shout out to Brendan Marion.
Well, they have to wait 2 years. But if they can come and make noise, they got a good GM over there. That's why I thought they were already D1. But I guess when you get in a world where you got people trying to leave FBS, this is good news for FBS. You got people trying to jump into it. With the advantage of the Pac-12 is going to eventually need to see more teams. So this could definitely help them out.
No, for sure. Definitely will help them out. And we're going to transition onto our NFL segment for today. Got a lot of things to talk about to recap in the NFL world. But first things first, we're going to hit a soft spot for a lot of NFL fans. Many fans love watching the Hard Knocks series presented by HBO, but they presented new rules for their training camp edition. So the new rules for who can't be forced to participate are teams with their first-year head coach, teams featured in season edition covering a full division, teams on Hard Knocks training camp in the last 8 seasons, 2017 to 2024. The previous playoff exemption, if you were in a playoff team the last 2 years, is gone, meaning more teams are now eligible. So, James, are you a fan of the Hard Knocks show, and what do you think about these rule changes for the show?
I used to be a fan of it. I'm just like not as much anymore. I just think they're trying. I think they're trying to. They're trying to capture some stuff, and it's already excuse me, a stressful environment going through camp. So, but and I'm also tired of people like acting like, oh my god, they cuss a lot, they do a lot of wild shit in practice. No shit, Sherlock. But you know, that's the annoying part in all of it. But
next, we're going to move all the way up to Detroit. They recently had some number changes for some of their notable players, and we got the updates right here. So Jahmyr Gibbs going to be rocking at 0. Jamison Williams is going to be going back to his college days at Alabama, repping that number 1. Got DJ Reed wearing number 4. Terrion wearing number 6. Got Tim Patrick rocking that 12. And then you got Roy Lopez rocking that 51. And a couple other players in the mix as well. So just wanted to highlight some of these jersey changes. In case you're a Lions fan and you wonder why your player is wearing a different number, that is the reason for you right here. Next thing we got, James, something I thought of when I saw this meme was the DEI rules. So you'll see what I mean when I share this post right here. So Josh Allen doesn't get the ball in overtime. NFL changes playoff overtime rules, so both teams get to possess the ball. Josh Allen gets ruled short on 4th down. NFL changes method for measuring first downs. I know it's a joke, but I just thought it was funny. DEI rules in place now that this MVP, they want this MVP to be the front runner face of the league. I just thought this was funny.
Wow, the rules are just follow the rules until the rules don't work for you, which is wild to me.
The next infographic right here is something I think you'll find wild as well, James. So these are the nearly unanimous AP award winners. These were all missed by 1 vote since the year 2000, and there's some notable names on this list. So Jaden Daniels, for this past season's Offensive Rookie of the Year, was only 1 vote shy away from being the unanimous Offensive Rookie of the Year. Lamar Jackson is for his 2023 MVP. He was 1 vote short of that. That 1 voter voted for Josh Allen. Then you got Alex Smith getting that Comeback Player of the Year. Peyton Manning with his MVP in 2013. J.J. Watt in 2012 for his Defensive Player of the Year. Gerard Mayo in 2008 for his Defensive Rookie of the Year. Tom Brady in 2007 for his MVP. And Peyton Manning in 2004 was 1 vote away from being that unanimous MVP. So, James, which one of these players of these voting results are most surprising to you, and which one of the 1 votes is the most out of pocket for that respective player?
I mean, Jaden Daniels, that one's out of pocket. Like, he was clearly the best rookie this year,
for sure.
I think that J.J. Watt year 2012 he was very dominant. But I'm gonna go with Jaden Daniels more because I can remember it more recent. I can remember it as of more recent.
No, I definitely agree. Yeah, Jaden was definitely you can argue on both sides of the ball. I know him and Jared got the award, but man, yeah, Jaden balled out this year for sure. Definitely carrying that franchise to that playoff run as a QB. So huge shout out to him. We're going to stay in that division, the NFC East. The Eagles GM has been trending lately, and it's for a take many people having some problems with. So he was the GM of the team. So he was recently talked about players and the type of players they scout and the Eagles franchise, and this is what he had to say.
So for us, we have some objective things that I can't even overrule, like, and they're ours, but for one, like violence against women, like it's just not for us,
right.
that doesn't mean,
Yeah.
so it's like, I won't even watch them. I don't even want to talk about it. It just is deal breakers for us. So I can't go, but he's really good and he did it 10 years ago and he learned from it. It just doesn't work for us. So
James, what do you think about his sentiments about players' past behaviors and not wanting to scout / choose those players to be on and represent his organization?
One of the most American things is being hypocritical. I think it's a great stance to take, first and foremost. That's where you draw the line, though? Like, vehicular homicide isn't where we draw the line? Like, this isn't and will and I understand why it will never be a popular opinion. And the reason why Charles Barkley is one of my favorite players, I do not look at this as a business. The business is, it's great if you have a bunch of Tim Tebows. That being said, most of those guys, not most, there are a number of guys who just aren't good people. And I don't need you to try to legislate morality. Now, that's that's his right as a GM. But man, the NFL, if you can run fast, hit hard, and you can score, and you're really, really good, they're gonna bring you in. And I'm so opposed to any domestic violence. Men putting their hands on women and women putting their hands on men. But like, dog, you got a guy who was in a whole high-speed chase where one of his teammates died. That's on your roster. Like, miss me with the morality shit. And I like what the Eagles are doing. I just don't like when people try to like sprinkle in, oh, we're better than others. This is why we have a higher moral authority than other people, because it's just not fucking true.
Yeah, the blunt toter you're referring to, James. Yeah.
And this isn't no shade at him. Like, but just like, hey.
Yeah, shout out SB Productions for that news. He told us. And speaking of when he saw Carter in New Orleans, we got some news from the New Orleans Saints. Now, this one was messy, to say the least. So let's get into this. Saints star defensive tackle Kalen Saunders says he is hosting an LGBTQ-friendly youth football camp. Quote, the NFL is very male-dominant and heterosexual dominant, and it feels as though there's not really a space for the LGBT community, unquote. Saunders' brother Cameron is a backup dancer for Taylor Swift. Sanders wants football to be accessible for everyone. Now, I'm not going to repeat what Antonio Brown said, excuse me. But Caitlin responded with, quote, beat the F out yo dumb. I would knock yo back to pre-CTE, unquote. And Antonio Brown just decided to be AB. And this is something he usually does with people. He gives that title to people. Usually I've seen every week online. So at least he's being consistent, but rude nonetheless. And yeah, just a messy situation. So James, I was wondering if you saw these posts, this news happen, and what do you think about it?
I did see it. It's, you got to be careful when it's like a matter of the person. Now that picture that they used him was a little zesty, but he says he got a brother that's but am I wrong to, like, his brother's a backup dancer for Taylor Swift? Is that wrong for me to assume that, okay, maybe his brothers of the community?
Yeah, that's what I feel like Dove was kind of insinuating that with that
Okay.
title description. Right. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm like, I don't really know why they gave me that information, but if they did, that would make sense. But like, Is it really that big of a market? Like, and also, what I know. All right, so I've had football camps, and my football camps are co-ed. Women are more because, especially with the research, the surge of female flag football. I also want to do a women's only football camp because a lot of women want to learn about sports, right? Is it necessary for me to have to go out and say that it's friendly when I could just be friendly?
That's what I was wondering. Like, what's the plan of action to make it more LGBTQ friendly?
Yeah,
What
like
is he doing?
what? Like, because
Gay practice jerseys.
yeah, I'm like, I'm not finna. Well, I'll say
Rainbow
this.
practice jerseys.
Like, I'm mad right now because Jumbo Shrimp still ain't gave me my fucking honey dripper jersey. I'm looking for that shit. But I'm thinking about next year having a honey dripper 7-on-7 shirt. There's a lot of colors in that honey dripper shirt. But it doesn't mean we're mean or friendly, but like I'm not finna do no fucking tie-dye football camp shirts. Like, I don't know what, like, the problem is we want people to be treated like normal, right? But we have to find out what does treating them like normal actually mean. Like, football is a violent game. It's fast. It's physical. Like, are we watching our tone, our mannerisms, like what we say?
No.
You should be doing that anyway, but it doesn't happen. Like, fuck them kids. Like, I don't know. Again, like, I've never seen a kid come in stilettos to my football camp. So I can't say how I would respond. I've never seen a guy with his nails done. But right now, all the kids painting their nails.
Right.
So, like, would I even know? Like, some of the stuff is, would I even know?
And that word that AB said, most kids, they stay away from that type of stuff. Like, they don't even use that word.
Yeah.
So, like, I think him coming out, or if he's always been out, that's kind of more than enough, right?
Well, he's not coming out. But it does.
His brother.
It's his brother that's gay.
Oh,
and he's
right.
like, oh man, I want my brother. But like, was your brother? All right, like,
brother to rush the quarterback.
So okay, all right. So here's where it gets wild because we don't have what do they call rules of engagement, right? So we don't know. Like, boys dance. One thing Florida do. This is the shit that be tripping me out. One thing Florida niggas do is dance. They some dancing people. But the dancing, and then some of the dances is a little zesty. But like, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, if your brother feel like he gotta make it clap after he scored a touchdown, that's a little uncomfortable.
No way.
Like, you tackle me, like I've seen it happen in the LFL. Girl tackled a girl, big hit, boom, got on top of her and started twerking.
Damn.
If that happens to me in a football game, I might try to unalive somebody. It's like, you tackle me, now you humping me. Like, it's just like I don't see those things happening at a football camp, is what I'm saying. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, man. I just, maybe there's a different, I know there's a lot of weirdos in this space, but if the kid, like, if he can rush the passer, dog, like, I promise y'all, I've played with some guys of alternative lifestyles. Allegedly. I don't know. I don't know if it's 100% true. And you know what I'm not trying to do? I am not trying to fucking find out either. So if you gay, as the late Pimp C said, if you gay, be gay. But like, I don't think we need to have gay football. What does a gay football camp look like? Like, I'm serious. Like, I really want to know what makes it well, my bad. He's not saying having a gay football camp.
Yeah, okay. I'm like, did he say that? Because that's wild.
But what I'm saying is,
LGBTQ friendly.
Make it, how, real talk, how do we make, because they did have, now, is he the guy who did it? They did have like a summit or something at the Super Bowl. You probably didn't even pay attention to it, Jaden. It was in the thing. I don't know if you saw it, but like, I just didn't even. I just ignored it. I'm like, I don't understand. I don't know how we make this game friendly. Like I don't know because I don't know if it's mean.
I feel like if you treat people like everyone else, that's the most inclusive you can be. You don't want to start segregating people in efforts to be more inclusive by having your own.
Wait, do I tackle you softer? I don't know what this means. That's why I guess that's my problem. If I knew what it meant, I could feel like I should be on board or not for it.
And AB, we don't got to talk much about
AB is just AB, man. Like AB. For every one thing that AB does that's somewhat righteous, AB is the Kanye of football.
Yeah. So, yeah, messy situation, but
maybe
don't move on.
Utopia instead of Gatorade. I mean, I don't really know what we're doing. Like, I don't understand.
I feel like Dale Earnhardt Jr. doesn't understand why this NFL quarterback is trying to do the things he's doing as well. So, breaking news: Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson is challenging NASCAR legend Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s number 8 trademark. Lamar says it is too close to his quote era 8 brand name. Jackson filed a similar trademark opposition to NFL legend Troy Aikman in 2024, and they are still battling. So, James, what do you think about Lamar Jackson not backing down from the business, man? Standing on his business.
This ain't Lamar. This is Lamar people doing what's best, doing what's in the best interest of him. I really don't think Lamar really gives a shit about that. But you need people to handle your business. So, kudos to him. You got to win it. This is where I would step in and say you got to win a Super Bowl to go up against those two guys.
Definitely need that Super Bowl attached to his name. And I'm still mad at Mark Andrews. I'm never going to forget that. Staying in the quarterback world, got to discuss Geno Smith and his extension with the Raiders. Excuse me. So Geno Smith is signing a 2-year, $85.5 million extension that includes $66.5 million in guaranteed money with the Raiders. Smith is now contractually tied to Las Vegas through the 2027 season. So Geno got that huge payday, James, and we were talking about Shedeur and him most likely not going to the Raiders since they solidified their QB1. And what do you think about Geno getting this crazy extension, James, getting this money, getting that $66.5 million in guaranteed cash?
I mean, Pete knows that he can do what he needs to do, and he can win quicker with him. That's something that's always important. I love I remember I had a friend, Linnell, that grew up in Rockborough with me. Linnell was one of them. Linnell, Candace, Mayetta, man, them girls could get down. That's why I tell people all the time, man, miss me with that. They're just women. Man, them girls were big, man. Them girls was tall, statuesque, and you know what they had? Hands. But Linnell, I think Linnell moved to Baltimore at one point, or some reason, something happened. But her family, she's got ties to Geno. And I was not very particularly nice to Geno in this instance. I said some things like Geno's ass, like he's dumpster juice. And I remember watching Geno be ass and dumpster juice. But then Geno has stuck to it. And he made the most of his opportunities and his second chances. And he's done an extremely good job. And I don't want to say I couldn't be prouder because, he don't need me to be proud of him. But kudos to him. Do I think he's getting overpaid? Abso-fucking-lutely. Do I care? Nope. Doesn't affect my bottom line. Get paid. Get paid. To quote Young Dolph, even though he's not young anymore, in his epic poem, Get Paid, Young Knee-High, get paid. Rule number 1 is don't forget the money. Rule number 2, basically don't forget rule number 1. And kudos to him. Keep getting paid, brother.
Yeah, they got to pay somebody over there in Las Vegas, and he got the.
They can pay the Fruity DN to do LGBTQ friendly camps.
Wait, say that again?
Yeah, don't they have the defense? Not Max. Excuse me. Not Max. The other one.
What's it? Nasib? Is that his
Yeah,
name?
yeah. Isn't he still there?
Let me see. Oh no, I don't think he plays. No, yeah, he doesn't play anymore.
Oh man,
Yeah,
Nasib is actually pretty. That's the guy that needs to, like, again. If they Nasib, they can play. Nasib was out here looking at his teammates' towels and everything. He was out here balling.
Hey, yo. So we're going to break down Geno's contract right here a little bit more in depth just to show off how much money he's really making. So new Raiders quarterback Geno Smith will make $100,000+ a day on his new deal. He's making $81 a minute, $4,880 an hour, $117,123 a day, 822 bands a week, and $3.56 million a month. So, yeah, congrats,
That's like
Geno.
when they break down the drug dealers, like how much money they made. Like that sounds like, hey, this is a shout out to strong arming these guys.
Shout out to Geno for getting that bag. Bagman, you should get paid. And our money move segment of the day belongs to Arizona Cardinals Pro Bowl tight end Trey McBride. So we're going to break down some of the stats associated with his contract. Trey McBride is now the highest paid tight end in NFL history with a 4-year, $76 million extension. This deal includes $43 million guaranteed and a $19 million average per year, making that the highest ever for any NFL tight end. And we're going to read some stats off for McBride as well. So McBride has completed his third season last year, and he was drafted in the second round in 2022. He has the fourth most receptions and yards among tight ends since then, with 221 receptions and 2,236 yards. The three players ahead of McBride are Kelsey, Evan Ingram, and TJ Hawkinson. McBride finished last season first in the league among tight ends in targets per run route, 30%, team target share, 29.6%, and receiving first downs with 63. He was second in receiving yards with 1,146, second in receptions with 111, and targets with 148. His 111 receptions was the second most in a season for any pass catcher in Cardinals franchise history, behind DeAndre Hopkins. But he only had 2 touchdowns last year on the whole season, but he ended up making himself the highest paid tight end in NFL history. And these are some of the other highest paid tight ends in the league right now. Obviously, Trey McBride took that number 1 spot. He's only $1 million ahead of San Francisco 49er top tight end George Kittle. TJ Hawkinson at that third spot with $66 million. Dallas Goedert cracking the top 5 with that $57 million. I'm not even going to say his name, but he's making $56 million
They should make less.
a year, which is robbery.
Like they should deduct 10, 15 million for what he did.
For sure. Definitely agree with you. But James, what do you think about Trey McBride getting that payday, raising the ceiling for the tight end money/pay landscape for the NFL?
It'll be short-lived. I mean, he just happens to be the guy. Kudos to the Cardinals for seeing the value in him and going ahead and renegotiating now, so that could be a little bit cheaper. But he'll probably have an argument because they're doing the average. It's not a new contract; it's a contract extension. So he'll get the signing bonus now, but his pay will be similar to what it's been. Next season, he'll see the massive increase in what he's going to be able to get. But like when they jump on you early, it's a good sign because that means they like you. But it also means they're trying to get you for cheaper. Had he waited another year, he probably would have been able to reset the market. But hey, a bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush. So I ain't mad at him.
Definitely, a bird in the hand is better than 2 in the bush. Great quote right there. Great quote. We're going to move down to Dallas, and they got a new QB in their quarterback room. Patriots traded your team, Miles, QB Joe Milton III, and a 7th-round pick to the Cowboys in exchange for a 5th-round draft pick. I recently saw Shady McCoy speak on this, telling Dak Prescott to on the lines of looking for a job, make sure you're looking for a job, make sure you're working hard, make sure you're practicing, because Joe Milton can play. So James, what do you think about the Cowboys trading for Joe Milton, and what do you think that would do in the quarterback room for Dallas, even though they made Dak the highest paid quarterback?
All it's going to do is just to reinforce in case Dak gets hurt again. This is Dak's job to lose. Dak really would have to stink it up in order to not be the quarterback for the Cowboys.
Definitely agree. And good luck to Milton at his new team. And we're going to finish off this NFL segment right quick, recapping our usual segment, the Country Chronicles with Xavier Leggett. He had a friend join him in this video, though. So Panthers wide receiver Xavier Leggett and Raiders running back Zamir White was riding horses together and enjoying that good old country fun. So take a look at this video, y'all, and enjoy.
NFL players in the building. Two NFL players. We got the Raiders. We got the Panthers. We already know. Now we got them out. Hey, who gonna go to Fathers? Who gonna go to Fathers this season? Who gonna go to Fathers this season? Are we both trying to say something? Hey, that's it. Yeah, we just making it. Yes, sir. We just making it. That's all. Try to shake.
I knew he did dip. I knew he did.
That's what's up. Going down on the trail ride. Gonna be a trail ride. Times. We're gonna have good vibes. Going down on trail ride.
They just look like it make your nuts hurt.
Don't lean on it. Come on, come up to the front.
Okay. Dog, I miss. Alright. Why you waiting on your fish one time?
I just want to eat.
I need you to take a picture with my children.
I don't know if I want to eat the meat because I don't know exactly what it is. But I know them size busted.
Oh, that looks good, right? I'm hungry.
You know, cause I got my Cowboys out here.
Hey, Mars, give me the shit one more time.
Give me some.
I can see him playing for the Cowboys after Carolina. He looked like he could be. He looked like a black cowboy. He'd be at all the rodeos.
For the kids.
Look like old family man, boy.
I gotta get him an MFTK.
Him and grandma. Yeah, I see that. Talk to me.
Ready? SR. It's SR. Cairo. Smile.
I say nothing funny.
Yeah. See? Look out. I'm gonna put you on the map.
He just look like he just having good, wholesome fun. I know Grits is around there somewhere. I just get a good and yams. Just got a good feeling of it. Just like that make you want to. I really think America about to go back to that. So because the price of a brick is literally about to start going up. So like,
riding horses.
Shoot, man, y'all about to start riding horses. I eating cone with some rabbit. I bet, boy, I want some rabbit. I seen some that dude who be frying stuff. Man, he fried some rabbits. It kind of looks scary, but good at the same time.
I don't know if I can eat a rabbit. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can.
Like if they would just take the meat off, like don't fry it and like let me see it still look like a rabbit. Like just fry it and just like chop it up and like and let me think it's a chicken breast. Let me think it's like just a really small chicken breast. And you be like, you like that rabbit breast right there? And I already ate it and I'm like, yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah, I bet you that food was smacking. It definitely looked like it was because a lot of it was empty. So I know everybody was eating it. Now we're going to transition into our Big Games BS segment. But we're starting it off with another NFL video. And I couldn't believe this was true, but it was hilarious. So a Philadelphia man called out the mayor for being incompetent because he's a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Philly? He got elected?
This is what happened, guys, residents of Upper Darby Township, when you elect the Cowboys fan. to your government. 29 years of losing with this team. What do you expect with the leadership? This is a Cowboys fan. This guy follows the Cowboys. You see what type of leadership they have, and that's what you put your trust in. Cowboys fan. Sickening.
Hey man, he was fed up.
Thank you.
Shout out to my cousin Kenny who lives in Philly, and we went to the Eagles game, and he's a Cowboys fan as well. He's sick of Jerry right now though, but like that's a tough one, man. You get Giants, Eagles or Redskins. Don't be one of those fans. Can't be that in that city. I'm shocked that mayor got elected.
Yeah, just want to clarify it. So the caption was misleading. Instead of he's a Philly fan, but where this occurred was the Upper Darby Township, so a different area of Philadelphia, but still in the still Eagles territory. But hilarious though.
Basically, right. Where's Scranton, and you come all the way east. Get over there in that little swath of southern New Jersey. Like, you can't come in there and not be you got to be an Eagles fan, dog. You got to be an Eagles fan. All Philly sports.
No, that was it was hilarious. And
he said that
was
with some disdain. He was upset.
Yeah, he was mad. He was mad. He even had on the Super Bowl shirt too to show how serious he was, and he walked off. But hilarious, and that's the fans we need, man. Every team needs a fan like that. Go after your local lawmakers. So we're gonna have some good news.
See somebody real quick, like you don't it's something wrong with them, and you can't put your finger on it, and then it all connects. That's what happened with him.
He has a good job and kids and everything.
He was like, I can't. There's something wrong with this mayor, and the decision is just throwing me off. You know what? He's a Cowboys fan. I always knew it.
Oh, that's hilarious. And we got some good news out of California. Super excited about this. Ice Cube has officially finalized the agreement for a new Friday film titled, quote, Last Friday with Warner Bros. James,
I have seen this same goddamn story for 20 years. I believe it when I fucking see it. All the people dead now.
Yeah.
I want to see Debo. I want to see Pops. Like,
man, I forgot Pops is dead. Yeah. AJ Johnson, he's dead.
Yeah,
too.
like.
Damn.
Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
Bro.
Dang.
I even think, there's
everybody dead. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know they were battling with Warner Brothers for getting this movie approved and clear. So I think now they're finally trying to get one step closer. But yeah, I don't know how the sequels go for these classic movies that had to come into America too. Now this
and it wasn't as good. I watched it. It was not as good. It's so much stuff has happened that it's hard to like you can't make some of them the same jokes. And Miss Parker is old, but I saw the picture that y'all put of that y'all thought that was me with Miss Parker. Miss Parker still can get glazed. Like, them yams is still just all they did. They just fermented a little bit. But like, I don't even think the midget's dead too, ain't it? Mr. Parker.
No, he's not dead. I don't wait. Is he dead? What's his name again?
Like to kill somebody off, man. I have no idea.
His name is Tony Cox.
That's the dude. He was in Austin Powers and all that shit. I think he was that was another midget in Austin Powers.
Yeah, that was Mini Me. Yeah, this is
I'm saying he was in what movie was he in? He was an elf.
He was in Bad Santa. That's the movie.
That's what it was. Bad Santa.
Yeah, Bad Santa. Yeah, he was in a couple other movies as well. But no, he's still alive. Yeah, Tony Cox is still alive. Shout out him.
Is he going to redo the thing with Nia? Is that going to try to it's just, I mean, sometimes we need a new movie. And they try, what it makes me, because Coming to America 2 is kind of gimmicky and kind of corny at certain points. Just like, I want to watch that New Girl movie. Have you seen it with the two, was it SZA?
Oh, SZA and Keke Palmer.
Yeah, like I want to watch it, but then part of me just like I just know it's gonna be corny. Like, cause they got the dude in there that remind me of you, Miles. I think that's supposed to be the boyfriend. He does like videos and shit on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about.
I think he's hilarious on Twitter in that medium. I don't know if these guys can really act. Like I like Big John though. And I like the fact that they're doing the No Limit shit where they make basically the bootleg movies. I don't know if I want to see Big John in the feature film.
Well, a lot of those dudes are actual comedians, and actually, yeah, comedians aren't always the greatest actors either. It's hard for them to actually do a good. Who's a great comedic actor?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, yeah, that's it. That's
Richard Pryor, he's good.
Kevin Hart is not as bad as what people think.
Yeah,
he just makes the same move. He just like what people get mad because he's figured out a niche of how to get paid. He makes the same fucking movie. Same thing with The Rock. Same thing with Jason Statham. I told you that if you're one, I would not pay for it in a movie theater. But like if you're bored, go watch the Hard Working Man or Working Man.
Plane. Nice
what?
Movie. Nice plane movie.
Yeah, it's just like it's people die. It's not, you know what, good acting and violence is only John Wick. It's the only movie you can find that.
Yeah. Or Troy.
If Denzel Washington's in something. Yeah, Troy that's not a violent movie. That's a historical epic. So like, yeah, they gotta have good acting in it. But like Jason Statham has literally made the same movie for 20 years.
Yeah.
And
he just came out with a new one.
Yeah, I'm saying that's what Working Man.
Oh yeah, Working Man. Yeah,
it's
Working
literally
Man.
The Beekeeper.
Oh wow. I thought
literally The Beekeeper.
There's another one.
Yes, it's the exact same movie. It's the exact same movie, bro.
It's a white because you know why they make it's just Kevin Hart makes the same movie because they figured out a formula with black people. Black people like that kind of movie, and white people who want to understand black culture like that kind of movie.
Right.
There is this thing. I've watched on social media how much middle-aged white men want to feel like they could just take on the world because they and that's why they make this movie. It's unrealistic. All it takes is 3 motherfuckers with guns. Like they could have literally just shot him 4 times. Like 4 people get around him, pop, pop, pop. He's dead. He's done. But no, people want to watch him whip one guy's ass and wait their turn. And I be trying to tell some of the people, oh man, if a guy comes in, that's why I have all these guns. Man, they gonna fucking kill you, bro. You better stop watching these movies. You already stop watching Taken. That shit don't work in real life like that. But anyways, I just fear that this movie isn't gonna be as good. And no, Polo Kid Al Pacino has not played the same person for 50 years. He's played a really bad Cuban with a bad accent that I did not realize was bad until I got around Hispanic people. And they made me realize how bad Scarface's accent was.
Most of the actors in that movie were Jewish.
That's the wild part.
Dang.
Yeah. There's barely any Spanish people in that movie.
Yeah.
The guy who always played, what's his name? Not Al Pacino. He used to play all the Italian mobsters, and he's Spanish.
Spanish? I don't know.
Yeah, Spanish. Like, damn, what's his name?
I don't know who's Spanish.
He played Lucky Luciano and Hoodlum. Now you got me.
I'm gonna find it.
Let me look it up.
And I've seen Hoodlum. I just don't remember. I was so young.
Oh, Andy Garcia.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's Hispanic. Yeah, he was at the Laker game last night. Yeah, I saw it on TV. He was in the crowd.
Damn, Hoodlum was so good. I'm gonna rewatch it.
R.I.P. Ray Liotta, man. That still hurt me to this day. Dang.
That scene where he gets with it. If you sit your drunk ass down. Now he does have the yell. He does the Al Pacino. So it's not the same role. There's same thing. There's similar things that they do. Denzel does this. Get your motherfucking hands off me.
Yeah.
Or a lot of people I got you. That's what you think. He starts talking real fast and like trying to push you. You're just like, no, man. Like Denzel's son actually plays angry Denzel. Like his whole shtick is angry Denzel.
Yeah.
But you have to think that certain people, they write those scenes in because that person does that so well. But like Al Pacino, like have you ever seen Jamie Foxx talk about the Al Pacino scene in Any Given Sunday?
Mm-mm.
He was like, he had a little bit of spittle right here on his lip, and he was just like, he was really acting though. He was like getting after it. He was like, yo, but he couldn't focus. All he could see was that spittle, and he's like, you gonna get that? And then he said, then he said something strong, and the spittle flew off of his lip and landed on Jamie's lip. And he was appalled. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't move. He was in character. But like, and Christopher Walken has no choice but to play the same character because his voice is the same way in everything. This is me happy. This is me angry. This is me sad. Like his voice is the same. King of New York, though. King of New York, Christopher Walken, Larry Fishburne. I did not know that's who Biggie was talking about until I watched it. I watched it years ago. It was decades ago, but like that's who Frank White is. It's Christopher Walken.
Yeah, that Jamie Foxx story sounded like he was at a Diddy party or something. But anyways, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Talk about the NBA right quick. And huge shout out to this person right here for being a first ballot Hall of Famer. Carmelo Anthony has been notified that he's been elected into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame class of 2025. Anthony made 10 All-Star appearances, 6 All-NBA teams in 19 seasons to go along with 3 Olympic gold medals, and he was a scoring title champion for 1 year in the NBA. So the Hall of Fame also unveiled an update to its eligibility requirements for the Hall of Fame, reducing the wait period for player candidates from 3 full seasons out of the game to 2 seasons. The change was unanimously approved by the Hall of Fame's Board of Governors. This is important because Carmelo's last basketball season was a 2021-2022 season. So this would have to be 3 full seasons. So that's why this update is important, because it's only been technically 2 full seasons since this season is currently still in effect. But James, was Carmelo one of your favorite players to watch in basketball? Or I know he's definitely in the Denver days, going from the New York days. What are your thoughts about Carmelo and his accomplishment?
I think he's dope. I mean, I think it's an amazing accomplishment for him, something that he's earned. I still want to know. The people want to know: does Lala really taste like Honey Nut Cheerios? Though
that's not what KG said.
That's not. He's okay. Well, you know what? Here's my problem with these old dudes. Who knows what they said anymore? Like they be saying KG in 1 minute hates LeBron, and another minute is like, "Oh, LeBron is just the best." Like you got employee number 8, Anton Walker over here saying that LeBron didn't dominate the Michael Jordan basketball game when 10 other people said that he did. I don't like these old. One thing I don't, man, but I pray I don't ever be that old head that just go talking on a podcast just to get some attention. But and KG is starting to become that, and I believe KG. They said one of his team, I forgot who it was that called KG out, said KG would say some shit to get himself mad. And
who was it? I saw that, but he said he was playing against some white guy, and
he was playing against not Dirk. Was it Dirk?
Yeah, it was Dirk. He was playing against Dirk
with a whole ass black ass wife.
Yeah.
Then he tried to, man, he called me the N-word. Bruh, I was there, dude. He did not say that shit to you. He said that shit in German. He's like, you don't speak that shit. Shut up. KG is just a
KG is wild.
KG and them dudes, man, they had to form a super team to beat us. Bitch, you formed a super team. You played for the Timberwolves. That's what I remember you as. It's like just all of them. Charles Barkley, you shouldn't have to leave the team. You should stay with you. Bitch, you started with the 76ers. Like these old heads, man. Like again, Jay-Z put it, old heads stop acting brand new. Like Tupac ain't have a nose ring too. Like, I gotta chill out, man. All this calling these young boys gay and saying they're not doing right, knowing good and well you was up there. Y'all was wilding in the 80s and in the 90s.
Yeah, I think yesterday was the 4-year anniversary of Paul Pierce's live when he got fired from ESPN.
Wow, it's been that, but that was during COVID too. Yeah, man, COVID was the best, man. People don't even. I know people don't want to believe it, but like we needed that. I believe we need a sat down period every 2 years, like just 2 weeks where nobody goes anywhere. They just chill out, siesta. But going back to the NBA, it's not the NBA Hall of Fame. That's your entire career, like your whole basketball.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like the Basketball Hall of Fame is confusing as fuck. So like I really wish they would break it down, like have a college Hall of Fame, have a NBA Hall of Fame, like to where there are some true things that can like get you in. But I don't have any intentions of going to the damn Basketball Hall of Fame anyway. So
yeah, shout out to Carmelo, one of the top bucket getters in NBA history for sure. His post work, pull up game, crazy score, and huge shout out to him for getting this accomplishment. So, speaking of the basketball world, the Atlanta Hawks mascot was wildin', man. I was laughing out loud. Could not believe they would try this in Atlanta. And this is how I know the mascot is black, because he definitely knew she was wearing a wig. But we're going to get into this video, James. And what would you do if this happened to your girl?
My goodness.
No, he didn't.
Deep throw that.
Enough is enough.
No, he did not. No, he did not.
If you could see Miles' face, James.
There's like.
No, he didn't. No,
Okay,
no,
she has to be a plant.
He did
Ain't
not.
no way.
No,
she knew about that.
He did not.
Ain't no way. I honestly felt bad for her, but
I don't.
No, he didn't.
I do not feel bad for her at all.
I mean,
he did not.
Keep it real. Why can't you just keep it real with me,
He did
James?
not.
Women, why can't you just keep it real with me? Why can't you just keep it real with me? You can't keep it real with yourself.
We got to see her hang time though. Let's see how much her hang time.
She has a stocking cap on her head.
I mean, on her ponytail.
Oh,
okay, she has enough hair. She has
That's what
enough
I hate,
hair.
man. Like they have it. Like they just do shit that just unnecessary.
Right. That's crying face. That
man doing the most in the yellow shirt. I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
These halftime performances crazy. Just like the guy who tore his ACL the other day.
Oh yeah, yeah, that was Atlanta too.
Yeah,
trying to get that money, broke his towards ACL on a layup.
That's why that men got to get back to doing men shit. We used to build houses. Now we tear our ACLs doing layups.
Yeah, he needed to do something. Go do well in rehab. That's all I can say, because that was embarrassing for sure.
Because you got to sign that waiver.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what's messed up. He can't even get no bread out of this.
Mm-hmm. Should have hit the gym, my guy. Should have hit the gym. Now, James, I sent this to the chat and you responded in all caps with shaking my head. Anthony Edwards' baby mama took to Twitter or took to social media to try and respond to the critics and explain herself for this banter you see online. It's a little 2-minute video. So we're going to press play and we want to hear your reaction, James. And in this chat, please let us know what y'all think about Anthony Edwards' BM.
We got to hear both sides.
I've also come to realization that there are just certain allegations that I will never, ever beat with you guys. I came into the situation with the status because I have a child by a very successful artist, right? From then, I'm viewed as a certain type of woman because I'm beautiful and I have a nice body. And normally women like that attract a certain caliber of men, which is also not my fault. And now that I am in yet another situation where I now have a child with another successful man, there's no telling you guys that I'm not a gold digger. You guys, it's no beating those allegations at all. The only thing that irritates me is I read comments that say, oh, you're a gold digger, or you kept the baby for a check. What if I came to y'all's pages, right? And I compared the men that you have children with to the men that I have children with. And I said, you were digging for poverty when you picked him to be your baby daddy, weren't you? Oh, you kept that baby for an extra income tax credit, didn't you?
Probably.
Or you kept that baby for a couple extra $100 in food stamps, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for an extra Section 8 voucher. Is that why you kept your baby? Now, if that was triggering, that's how I feel every time somebody says, do you even love that baby? You kept that baby for a check.
You did.
I don't like her voice.
Oh, I hate it.
That's shit's annoying to me. But I know why she speaks like that. One, she's 38. So I want to put this in perspective. She's 38, but sounds like she's 23. And that's that's basically why she's able. Like, you don't attract a certain kind of man. You go for that. I had a friend that posted on social media saying that I don't like people saying that she trapped this boy. She targeted him. And I'm like, my nigga, yo, like, and then because she's pretty, the friend that said this, a bunch of dudes in the comments was like, yeah, I like, yeah, he could have put, like, all right. We live in a world, there is absolute truths, but most of the stuff, there's nuance, right? I can do something like, yes, he should have wore a condom. Yes, he should have pulled out. Yes, he there's a lot of things that he should have done that could have prevented this baby from happening. Regardless of what women have said, like, you know, Dr. Umar goes and says that his daughter's mother said she had a IUD, and that's why he shot her club up, and then she says she didn't have it or whatever. That no thing is so. Actually, you know what? They could have abstained from sex. But the crazy part in all of that is there's only one person that gets to participate and have all of those same things. Like, she could have said, you got to wear a condom. She could have said this. But, all right, those are the things that happen. She screenshot and put out there this information right here that's coming, that I'm about to say. He didn't do this. She put that up. I'm sending you when she accepted the $100,000 to have the abortion. I don't want to be with that baby. He told you at that point, you had an option. You knew what you were about to go into. I'm going into a situation with the man of means who wants absolutely nothing. I'm trying to figure out if they were in a relationship, I can see. I would feel more empathy for her. But it doesn't seem like they were in any semblance of a relationship. They were just fucking. So to know what women have to go through to have a baby. Like, your body, you can literally fucking die having that baby. The trauma, the stress you're going to put your body through to have that baby. Like, women love to say if it were on the other side, if the shoe were on the other foot, a lot of y'all wouldn't have been born. You know, right? You're damn right. Because I ain't finna fucking die for somebody that I don't like. Like, you're literally risking your life, because that baby ain't came yet. You're risking your life to have a baby by a guy who's paid you money to exit out of your life. I know but based on her tone of voice, I know that logic goes way over her head.
Yeah. He just called her dumb.
She's dumb. You know why I say she's dumb? She's 38 fucking with a 23-year-old. Dumb. The type of man that I attract. If you're a 38-year-old, very powerful, well-meaning woman, you would attract motherfuckers your age. like there's a 50-year-old right now that'll love your dirty draws and would have had the baby, would have told you to keep the baby. But you chose to go with a YN. Mind you, said YN already had 4 newborns at that point. Have you seen the record?
I didn't know that.
Bruh.
Yeah, he's been on that Tyreek Hill run.
Oh, so again, YN doesn't mind having a baby. It is clear the YN doesn't mind having a baby. Why don't he want to have a baby with you?
Right. That's
that not like again? Women do this thing, and men do too. Again, the prophet TK. I gotta call him the prophet TK Kirkland. Don't personalize my story to you. Don't put yourself in my story. I'm talking about someone else. I got women who are like, oh my God, I could never. Yes, you're a good woman. You have 1 fucking kid. Yes, you made a mistake. But like, she didn't read the fucking tea. Again, this lets me know she's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, this baby right here had in 2024 that she had, right? He had 3 in 2020, like in 2023. So these babies were made and produced before you got shot up. You should have took the 100K as out.
Right.
And again, he pushed to have it in Georgia. She tried to have it in Cali. Having it in Georgia, there's caps. That's why a lot of people like he only pay you Georgia. You can only pay so much. But like again, this is a game. Lie to your pastor. You ain't got to lie to me. You risk your life for it. And I'm not saying that you can't have an affinity or you won't take care of that baby. But like, dog, like you really don't. Like the person you care about the most is you.
And then you come off. You're on the video half naked talking about, don't assume that I'm here for the wrong reasons. Like,
and then they trying to PR team trying to put, oh, well, she just started her trucking company. Bitch, the trucking industry is shit right now. Like she ain't making no guap, dog. Like unless she driving that bitch or she got 5 trucks, she ain't doing shit. But spending little baby money. But like the man, and then again, a lot of women love to call men. Like this man just said, and they don't know if it's true or not, 100%. No, this isn't me absolving Anthony from anything. You want to call him a piece of shit? Fine, I agree. He should take it. It's not that baby's fault. But that man she made a business decision. He made a business decision. You know why? He's going to sign 2 more contracts more than likely before it's all said and done for stupid bread. But here's what I think is going to end up happening when that baby girl gets older. Sometimes this happens. You're going to sit back and you're going to look and say, you know what, Mom, did Dad really pay you all? Like, why did you were you and my dad in a relationship? And what ends up happening is YNs become OGs. And you come over there and you talk to the old man. He says, "Listen, your mom was a freak, and she kept you." And I did not want to go through. I did not want to go back and forth with her and do all these different things. But the fact that we're reaching out together, we can build a rapport and relationship. I will help you. I really do think he might do those things. But I think right now people are confusing the business of civil litigation with the real world. In civil litigation, you have to be very, very upfront and blunt with the way that you speak. and it's unfortunate. But again, this is why you should have relations. You should have relationships with the people that you have a baby with. Like you could say all that other moral shit. So why you should not just sleep around with people, man. Fucking been happening since the Bible. Oldest profession is prostitution. The problem, what fucked up happened is that women made prostitution try to make relationships prostitution, and now you're not understanding the game. You don't pay the woman to stay. You pay the woman to leave. And that's what he did. He treated her just like the whore that she has, unfortunately, whether she realizes it or not, it's the whore that she's portrayed. I'm not calling her that. I'm saying her actions line up with if I wrote it down and I put it in what's the job application apps and shit?
Indeed.
If I wrote down what just happened and I put it in an Indeed, it will send me the back page. That's all I'm saying. It's not popular. I know it's going to get backlash and people aren't going to like it, but I'm saying this is what you're putting out into the universe. Nobody gives a fuck about what you say as much as they care about what you do. And what you're doing is like you literally are acting as a whore. And if that's not what you like, man, you have the right to change your perspective and perception. And there will be men who, again, because there are men who actually will love your dirty draws. Anthony Edwards is not one of those men.
Yeah, speaking of relationships, Major Payne, aka Damon Wayans, was on Club Shay Shay, and I don't know
this, man.
And yeah, this is some family relations that was involved. Damon Wayans fell in love with the woman that his nephew dated, and this is him telling Shannon why he did that.
Hold on, this can't be true. That you dated the same woman as your nephew once?
Yeah, I was in love with her. That's the thing. Come on, you ain't never did.
Hell no, I ain't never did
the
that.
Jackson 5.
That's I mean, for a family member, that's off limits, Damon.
No, but it wasn't like they were in love.
So he dated her.
Do you know how small the pool is out here in Cali?
Yes.
The dating pool. Like, and this was probably what, 2001, 2?
Did you know her originally? Did she know originally that?
Yes, when I met her, I got divorced and I was by myself for 2 years.
Right.
And then I saw her and I was just like, oh my God, I'm in love. And I found out my nephew had dated. I'm like, what's up with that? He goes, oh, that's you. I was like, okay, Pastor Kabasi. And I went ahead and I fell in love and it was okay. But it's just.
They clowned you, didn't they?
Yeah, family gatherings is awkward.
Yeah. I don't know about that one, Dave. I'm at it. I would just have to let her go.
Nah, you see it. You understand. And she cooked. She went to Cordon Bleu.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Dessert?
Come on.
Oh, man. I might have to think about it.
And then the other things. While she cooked.
And he's not with her anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it like this. I'm gonna give Unc a pass on this. I would never do this. Partially because I'm 40 years older than my nephew.
For real, that's
But like Puffy dated. Was it Young Miami? Didn't she date one of his sons first?
No, that was Lori Harvey.
Oh, even worse. So, Lori Harvey was with Puffy. Ugh. I know she got peed on.
Yeah,
I just don't. There's a lot of women in this world. I don't understand why you have to cross swords. And there's a lot of women in this world, and what he said is true. I do. That's what women don't really get. Women never understand. Women only date up, in their eyes and never realize that men date down. But we don't view it as dating down. We just like what we like. And that's the situation where he like what he like. But like, he ain't gonna get any woman in the world, man, bro. You ain't have to. Like, the minute I find out you dated one of my homeboys, or you, it was a chick I actually did like in college. She wasn't even a chick I dated. She was a jump off. But I found out that she was my god brother's jump off. Like, she was hurt and distraught. She didn't even understand. I said, "Bitch, I can't bring you to no barbecue. It's at his house." And I was like, "This is the specific guy." I was like, "You know how that man get down?" I said, "I'm not finna, nah, dog. You're not finna." And he was more. I was in better shape, but he was more active in the game then. Wasn't about to happen, dog. Not over no vagina. Cool. You're excused. Leave. Like, no need to have arguments over why. You got to have a place of peace. Your family should always be your. If your family's not your place of peace, then you got to leave that family. But my family, like, I don't go around. I don't go. My life is stressful enough. I got people on the internet mad that I'm successful at shit that they don't even know what I'm successful at. They just be mad and haters. The last thing I need is my family, being mad because, and we trying to, because one, the Wayne's family is funny, right? So I know they be roasting each other.
Yeah,
I'm competitive. I don't want to be trying to figure out if I hit it better from the back than my partner. I don't want this shit that I don't want to know about my partner. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes, but women be petty because women don't care, because women just care about, are they results oriented at times. Like, that's why wars are fought over vagina, because women don't give a shit about that shit.
Before we finish our show with some of the Austin Metcalf situation, we got one more clip right here. And you talked about that Keke Palmer movie earlier, which is ironic because the internet started digging in the archives and found this video of Keke Palmer hanging out with Unc, aka R. Kelly, in the studio, sitting on his lap, posting on her Snapchat stories. So I don't know why they're trying to put Keke in the bender, because this video has 3.4 million views. So I know she probably saw
we
it.
was talking about that was eating was over there dressed half naked with Usher.
Yeah, that was her. Mm-hmm. So this is the video, and James, let me know if this video is out of pocket.
I'm here with one of my favorite people in the world, okay? And he's playing the most amazing new track. Are they ready for this new shit? I'm here with one of my favorite people in the world, okay? And he's playing the most amazing new track. Are they ready for this new shit? I'm a biter.
That's just how we keep it. And I don't let him drive the whip. I just let him keep it. TLC, Shelly got them waterfalls. That thing be so wet. I don't dive in and I kind of.
They're both from Chicago. That's something I do know for a fact. And I don't think I think she's too old for him. So I'm not too fearful about it. But
that looked more more playful than like anything else. But like, what's supposed to happen in these scenarios and situations is like, if it were a man, if it were a guy, I'm getting, well, one, you shouldn't be sitting on another man's lap like that. But two, you'd be crucified by association. But I don't take much of that. I just think they had a pre-established relationship, and she fucked with R. Kelly. And she also realizes that with a lot of, like what Dave Chappelle said, was it, how old is 16 really, or something like that? I've been fucking for a long time, man. I'm trying to prevent my son from going down this path, like, too early. And I'll say this, man. Is this you know what? I'm one to, no, because I don't want to embarrass him. I knew that I've known I like pussy for a long time, man. I can tell you I knew at 13. I'm at 17. I am mature enough now to realize that I might have been groomed. But you know what? I wanted it. I wanted it. Like I'm just saying, like I was fucking. I was fucking 17-year-olds. I was fucking a 24-year-old at the time. About to turn 25. Like, can I get biblical? Mary and Joseph was at that was a wedding that was arranged, and during that time, you know how old she was? 12 years old. God knew she was 12 years old when he put that baby in her. It's only one way to put a baby in somebody. She got her cheeks clapped by God.
Oh my goodness.
All I'm saying is we have selective morality. And I'm not gonna let that stop me from listening to 12 play. Or Happy People. Happy People is a happy song. Just saying, y'all don't have to listen to it. I mean, I laugh at the shit that people pick and choose to when they want to put their foot down on. That's wrong. Shit. You over here and probably had your child to some R. Kelly music. Naked by R. Kelly is one of the most powerful songs. Now, he might have been singing. I hope he wasn't singing to no 12-year-old when he made that song.
There's a good chance.
But shit's good. Thank her for her cervix.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to finish off the show with some news out of Texas. So, man, this was a crazy story that we're going to get into. So, Austin Metcalf, he was stabbed at a track meet in Texas. So, this is a news video that we're going to play of the situation. And then we got a video of Austin Metcalf's twin brother speaking on how he experienced that event in person.
Metcalf somehow found the strength to speak with us late this afternoon about his son, 16-year-old Austin Metcalf, sharing memories of this remarkable young man and a heart-wrenching detail about what happened behind me this morning.
The sad part about it is he died in his brother's arms. They were twins, identical twins, and his brother was holding on to him, trying to make it stop bleeding. And he died in his brother's arms. And I rushed up there and I saw him on the gurney. And I could tell. They said he wasn't breathing. I could see all the blood. I saw where the wound was.
Understandably still in shock, Jeff Metcalf says a precious memory was made just this past weekend when he took his twin boys hunting. That's where Austin got his first hog. Well, this morning at around 10, he rushed here to Kirkendall Stadium, where the Memorial High School student athlete suffered a fatal stab wound during this track and field meet. Frisco police say a fight broke out between two students when one stabbed the other. More than 100 student athletes were participating in this meet. Fortunately, they were safely evacuated. Police arrested the suspect. He is 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony of Frisco. He is now charged with murder. Some students, unfortunately, witnessed this deadly encounter and have been interviewed by police. Despite life-saving efforts, the 16-year-old victim died at the hospital. Austin, his father shares, was born 2 minutes before his twin brother Hunter, the two inseparable, as you can imagine. Austin is being remembered as an outstanding student at Memorial High, his football team's MVP, and a young man of faith. His father grappling with loss and forgiveness.
I'm not trying to judge, but what kind of parents did this child have?
All right.
What was he taught? He brought a knife to a track meet, and he murdered my son by stabbing him in the heart. The guy was in the wrong place. And they asked him to move.
Okay.
Jeez.
Man, that's really interesting. Oh, go ahead. You got the other stuff? Because this is like, that's wow. Like, what does the brother have to say?
There was this kid before I knew his name. Now this kid was sitting under our tent at track. We asked him to move. He started getting aggressive and talking reckless. And my brother stepped in and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move." Austin grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I look at my brother, and then I'm not going to talk about the rest. No, just that's just what I saw. And I tried to help him, but
It was just senseless.
it was really senseless. Really, I don't know why a person would do that to someone just over that little argument. It's just crazy in this world nowadays how people just up and do that. Like that man has a family. That man has people that care about them all the time, and he did everything for our family too. He was a strong man. He was a strong kid.
Listen to all people. Believe all facts. I will say it's senseless and it's sad, and I would love to see that this gets fully prosecuted to the fullest of. But can you go back to what the brother? The brother said something very interesting. They approached a random kid, and they talked to the random kid. Said he was in the wrong. That's what they were saying in this. But have you ever listened to somebody talk, and they kind of tell you it probably didn't happen the way that they're stating it? Chief Shilson, Frisco Police Department, April 3rd, 2025. Authorities are still investigating the recent stabbing of Austin Metcalf that happened at a track rally. However, it has come to our attention that there's a number of bloggers have been spreading misinformation on social media about the incident and intentionally omitting the details and circumstances that resulted in the stabbing. We are also disturbed by the number of news articles that have been posting highly misleading and vague headlines, falsely insinuating the victim was stabbed and killed randomly. So for clarification, we would like to reiterate yet again that this was not a random or unprovoked attack. Our department has made this clear numerous times in news interviews and press conferences. It was also not racially motivated. The victim was stabbed during a mutual combat altercation that the white teen initiated with the suspect. Austin started a confrontation with the suspect because by demanding a seat, Austin started a confrontation with the suspect by demanding a seat at the David Stadium that the black teen had first. When he refused to give him the seat, an argument ensued, and Austin then punched the kid in the face, smacked his phone down onto the bleachers, causing the screen to crack. The track did not have any assigned seating at the stadium for this event, and patrons and suspects were free to sit wherever they wanted to. Both teams then got into a mutual combat brawl after the white team punched the suspect in the face and Austin got stabbed while the altercation was taking place. So the suspect did not randomly stab Austin in the heart after he was told he was sitting in the wrong spot, as several bloggers online have inaccurately claimed. The suspect is claiming self-defense, and the grand jury will determine if self-defense under Texas law. The suspect was charged with murder strictly as a preliminary measure before we knew any of the facts on what led to the stabbing. The charges could be reclassified or downgraded with more evidence is reviewed. We will not allow people to create racial division in our community by spreading intentional misinformation. The exact same misinformation was also spread in states outside our jurisdiction. That is sickening. What's sickening is the way that it was reported. It is never reported like that manner. It is sad that a young man has died. What it sounds like is from what that brother said. If what the brother said is true, actually, if just going on what the brother said, and knowing that information from the police chief, you don't get to hit people. You don't get to grab people's stuff. It is probably going to. And that man talked about who raised the kid to bring a knife. Your son was the aggressor, and unfortunately, because he could not have a cooler head, is not on this planet right now, and that fucking stinks. And we have allowed people to make this shit what it is. Even listening to that news article, the news interview, like you could have said you definitely painted the public opinion on that one. You swayed it. When there's clear things and ways that you could go about this. And that's the fucked up part. Listen to all people, believe all facts. That's all I can say on that.
Yeah, that's all we got for today, James. Any last words before we log out today?
Don't believe everything you read on the internet. It will make you mad. Be positive. Stop being so angry. Did you see the boat captain in Tarpon Springs?
I actually saw that. I saw that this morning, and
It reminds me of the exact same thing. Like, that man went to that man came, like, if it happened the night before, he came with other, if that would have been my son, it would have been a gun on his boat. And that man could have got fired or could have got shot because he couldn't let cooler heads prevail. Y'all got to stop this shit, man. You got to stop this shit. That tough guy talk. If you're gonna talk tough, you better be ready to do that. You better be ready to be about that life. And tears get people killed. Luckily, it seems like that. Luckily, still sad. That man should be here. I mean, that young man should be here. But luckily, like, the lives are already ruined. It's just, I don't know, man. That shit's annoying as fuck, man. Some of y'all need new hobbies, man. The only hobby is to try to create division when it doesn't need to be there and try to paint and vilify people without just sitting there and like. It makes me want to go talk to my sons, make sure they always defend your brother, but motherfucker, don't lie.
Right.
But anyways, man, on that note, I'm about to go try to cover my first Final Four. See what it's popping, see what it's hitting for.
Sounds great.
All right, appreciate y'all for tuning into the show, and we will see y'all on Monday.